No, I was going to say we started a very small pilot version of a new study called No Worker Left Behind, which we're going to do over 4 years and do that exact flow through data, measurements, and with 4 years of data, we'll have sufficient numbers to look at some really strong indicators. And that will be the entire college, so post-secondary as well. So, yes?
I was curious at what point you implemented the, I guess, you tested them on like their GED scores before they went and wrote?
Yes.
To get a score. And then you talked about that 50-point sort of span. At what point did you test them? Before they started the program? After?
We have a standard policy that when they're coming in for GED, they're pre-tested. It's sort of the day they arrive. It's before they're in any classes. And then we sort of do a bit of diversification there, because if they're really low, then they'll go to a levels class. The time when they do their post-test, that's, again, our writings are usually about, what, once a month, Lori? So we know the date, okay, so October 30th they're going to write. So then who in the class might be ready? Well, then the instructor would say, okay, well, let's do a follow-up and see where you're at and see if you're ready to go.
And for this test, was there a way to kind of control the environment where they did their pre and post tests so that they had time limits and the environment was the same?
Yeah, it's standardized. Yeah, standardized practice. So, and that was the nice thing too, that it didn't vary amongst instructors. So I knew my instructors are all doing it the same way, which was really good. Yeah, they're great instructors. My faculty's fantastic. They're just so good. And it's so funny because as I presented this data to them, they were kind of looking at me, you had to go to Ottawa for 6 months to figure that out, Audrey? We knew that. And I said, yeah, I know, but now we've got empirical evidence. That's the difference. Well, yes?
For people who were older, who seemed to do better than the recent high school graduates, did you take into account what they were doing in those intervening years from the time that they left school?
We did have their history. We did have a lot of that data, but we haven't pulled that out separately and looked at it. That's another good question for us to do. Because, and actually that was a separate study where I compared just the older learners. That was about 32,000 students over 4 years. And I don't, on that data, I don't have their history. All I have is what they did when they were in the college system. So, and that's pointed out a few high-risk situations, especially males under the age of 25 with a GED are high risk in the post-secondary environment. So I think I'm getting the 1-minute warning, am I? But,
Excuse me.
yes.
Can I be a copy of that?
Well, actually, I was going to suggest if anybody wants a copy, I'll email it to you. Just come and give me your email address. And I have my cards. If anybody wants to email me, just come and take a card. I'm happy to follow up and get it to you. I was just trying to save trees. So, anyway, I think you're asked to do an evaluation and give it to Patrina. Patrina, sorry.